on today's episode of The Game Chasers.
Do you have it?
I have it.
Dude, yeah.
I'm seeing a toy here that lights my fancy.
Ah!
I'll draw penises. No,
See?
not really.
That's a really good game.
I'll film, dude.
No, I'll film.
Wait, why are you going to film?
I've no clue what footage you're using.
Okay, look, it's not any different from when Eric's around, so I don't see how that's a problem.
So we're here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, visiting Alphaomegasin, and one of his friends is actually kind of downsizing his video game collection.
Is she in heat? Because I'd like to see her hump norm. I don't know.
Now the great thing about Matty J is that he's straight up collector. Usually what that means is pretty good deals.
You didn't seem to have a problem with it.
I just asked why. I know of Matty J. He has a very sizable collection. And what was the second part of that question?
We're not the only ones who are going to get to go through his stuff here. He's already sold some stuff off.
Why you would want to do that, I don't freaking know, but he's doing it and has invited a bunch of collectors to his place. So we're gonna rummage through his stuff.
There's gonna be farts.
Okay, so I'm not selling this stuff. That's like the stuff I'm definitely gonna keep. And then this stack, my buddy wants, but he said like if there's something somebody really wanted, it'd be cool.
Right off the bat, I am seeing something amazing that I would love to have. Up on his top shelf, he's got Mega Man all in the box. One of my collecting goals is to have all the Mega Man games, at least the ones on the NES and Super Nintendo, all in the box. But he's not selling them.
Anything in this box I'm definitely selling. There's definitely like games I would like to keep.
So Matty J's not getting rid of everything. He's just downsizing just to keep the stuff that he likes, the stuff that he wants to play. Why are you downsizing?
So I went from trying to get everything to just like not realizing I'm not gonna complete the collection. I was 8 games away from complete NES.
So why are you stopping?
Because that'd be like 10 grand for like 8 stupid games.
Me personally, I love having a wide range of games in my collection, even stuff that I barely even play, because it's like having a library essentially. It's like having a little piece of history.
So you're done collecting basically.
I'm not done collecting, but I'm done completionist collecting for sure.
Okay.
I'm not looking for anything in particular, just something if it catches my eye. I mean, if somebody's unloading their collection, they're probably gonna have some obscure stuff, so that's kind of what I'm looking for.
But yeah, I got rid of all like the real big stuff. Like I got rid of Flintstones, Panic, Bonks, Little Samson. They were all like the first to go. They all went to like the same guy.
That'd have been out of our price range right now anyways. I'm not necessarily looking for anything in particular here. I don't know what he has. I like being surprised.
You know, I was kind of worried we'd come here and just get basically scraps, but luckily that's not the case.
Something I noticed here immediately, and this is definitely going in my pay. Kid Clown. That's your bit. Why am I doing that? I have a couple of regrets throughout the years with purchases I have not made, and Kid Clown was one of those. Kid Clown I have seen once or twice at video game stores years and years ago.
Yeah.
Well, dude, do I get a bunch of fillers?
And that
I'll blow my
I was
wad.
actually playing Lost recently via ROM.
All right. Where you at on Kid Clown?
Probably like $40.
That's in my maybe pile.
Maybe pile. Shouldn't it be a definite pile? It's $40 for freaking Kid Clown.
USSR.
I mean, it's in my maybe gonna buy pile. You know, my maybe for sure. It's definitely one of the, okay, fine. You know what? Yeah, it's in a maybe pile. Because you're just not sure. You gotta see what else is out there, right?
What about Darkman? So Darkman was a really cool superhero movie that came out in 1990, and I actually didn't know this. They made an NES game based on the movie.
I get this.
You're gonna get Darkman?
Yeah.
So Alphaomegasin is looking for some recommendations here, and immediately one of the things that I see that I already have, which is awesome, is Power Blade.
Has that like Darude
Power Blade?
like soundtrack?
No.
You should get it. You know.
Power Blade still remains one of my favorite games on the NES. If I had to do a top 20, this game would definitely be on there. It's just, I mean, you go around and you kill people with boomerangs, and you can like stage select. It really kind of reminds me of like a Mega Man game.
That's a really good game.
Yeah.
What are you charging on Power Blade?
Original Power Blade?
Yeah.
$10.
Get it.
If you don't, I'm gonna.
What? Do you need it? I mean, if you need it.
You picked it up first.
I'm saying, I mean, if you need it.
It's yours. As an adult, I'm because of my mass library of games, I'm able to play stuff that I never even knew about. And Trogger's one of those games. It was a later release. You're a dinosaur.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a game.
Okay, and you basically go around collecting eggs.
What did you want for the
And it's like a Pac-Man type of game.
It's all good.
And you got power-ups just like in Pac-Man. Like your dude can get big and you go around and eat the cavemen. And the cavemen are trying to whack you with clubs and roll f***ing wheels at you. And you can have fun with yourself. And it's actually a really great two-player game. If you have a second person with you, you guys kind of have to work together to a degree or challenge each other unless you can get the highest score. Hidden gem for sure. Definitely a hidden gem on the NES.
Here is a game that I do want a lot. Monster in My Pocket.
Monster in My Pocket is one of the better co-op games on the NES. It's based on the toy line that came out in '89.
Yes. Dude, this
Great
game's
game.
awesome.
The few that
So,
aren't there are
I'm looking on the shelf and I find the game Wampum.
Where you at on Wampum?
probably like $10.
$10. Wampum is a platforming game, and the levels are based on elements, fire, water, etc. And it's one of those games where after you beat a level, you get a new weapon, similar to Mega Man.
But I'm not like gonna go eBay prices or anything like that.
So I'm seeing something here that's tickling my fancy just a little bit.
Hey, what are you guys going to have?
Defenders of Dynatron City. I don't know much about this game, but it's always been one that I've kind of wanted to check out because, I mean, listen to the title. Defenders of Dynatron City. That sounds amazing.
You gonna get the Wampum?
Do you have it?
I have it.
Dude, yeah.
I put it aside for
Yeah.
you because I know you've been looking for it all weekend.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
Yeah, I'll get this.
It's a smart buy. The Aladdin deck in hand. Damn, seem like I'm. The Aladdin deck enhancer. Why can I not say that right?
They marketed the Aladdin deck they marketed the Aladdin deck. I feel like I'm saying this wrong.
The Aladdin deck enhancer is similar to the Super Game Boy cartridge attachment, where basically you put the cartridge inside the adapter, and then you put that whole thing inside the NES.
It was a device that got around the lockout chip.
I only need that one, the Dizzy,
Yeah.
or the Big Nose, sorry, and I have the rest of them boxed. What it's supposed to do is basically allow you to play these NES games that weren't made like NES cartridges. That's simple. It's not like a Game Genie where you throw it in and you have, you plug in codes or anything like that. It doesn't give you any kind of competitive edge or anything. It just allows you to play these miniature games made for the NES.
Hey, if you buy this device, you can buy our games, which are only $19.99. So they were $20 games. They were way cheaper than the retail NES games. So they were like, oh, if you buy this, you can buy cheaper games, you can save money. Unfortunately, I think only like 7 games came out for it, and it basically shut down Camerica as a company because it was a huge bust.
Well, the Aladdin deck enhancer is an apparatus that does kind of
I have no idea. So I'm gonna just say $20, and I could be like way low or way high. I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna say.
I think a pretty good deal.
This is, I guess you could call it a McDonald's game. We got McKids in the US, but this one we didn't get. It's not a good game by any stretch of the imagination. I have played it before. If the price is right, I'm totally gonna get this.
What are you asking
It's
on
like a typical space shmup. It's
You can have it.
You gonna get that for Eric?
I can have it.
I guess we're all in Donald land now, huh?
Play some softball tonight.
I'm in, dude.
Let's do it. No nuts.
Because we don't have the show.
I love softball. Japan only. This is women's softball on the Famicom. It's a lot of fun. we don't have MLB the show, so we'll play softball on the Famicom.
So off here, there's this pile that, I don't know, it's ambiguous. Is it for sale? Is it not for sale?
Like, my buddy's probably gonna get that stuff, but he specifically said if there's something in that pile that when they come over, if they really want.
One of those things that I'm seeing is Swoon. It's a shooter for the NES in a game that has always eluded me. I've never run across it in any flea market, or I don't think I've even run into it to a store.
He was very like, yeah, it's cool, they can.
Because this is actually one I've been looking for.
$20, the price is right. Price is right. I'm gonna get it. It's only $20. That's a freaking steal.
75, 80.
Yeah, I could pay for the
90.
So Matty J, he hooked it up today. Everybody who went there got some really good stuff at really good prices.
So we only spent $90 total here.
I think a pretty good deal.
We're able to scratch off a couple things off our list, and Matty J made some money. He can go do what he needs to do with that.
If I see a game, I buy it.
You can all have a copy of this.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ninja Gaiden 2.
Why do you have so many?
Matty J actually gave us all a copy of Ninja Gaiden 2 on the Famicom. It was very nice of Matty J. Thank you, Matty J. I like the name Matty J. It's better than Shady J.
It was soft and gentle. The caresses were nice.
I can't even remember if there were, but I'm saying yes, there are farts because it's a given.
This episode of Game Chasers is brought to you in part by Launchbox, the perfect gaming front end for your PC, home theater, or arcade cabinet. Check out the app below.
So we're just leaving an arcade auction that was an absolute disaster.
Unfortunately, there are collectors here, there are people who own arcades here, and they got way deeper pockets than we do.
So no arcades for us, which, you know, whatever.
This was a complete and absolute bust. What we're gonna do now is hit up some estate sales because it's way too late today to hit up flea markets.
So we come across, well, it's being advertised as an estate sale, but essentially it's a store in kind of a warehouse area, and they're going out of business.
It's our cup of tea. There's VHSs, there's records, and there's video games. There's PS2 games lined up on top of the shelf.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, this stuff's gotta go.
So she says that the video games are 50 cents a piece, the VHSs are 25 cents a piece.
I think a pretty good deal.
I mean, 50 cents. Nothing is 50 cents these days.
I think I will get me some PS2 games if they're 50 cents.
One of the games that we pick up is Thrillville. It's kind of a unique game, at least it is to me anyway. You go and make your own theme park. So you get to make roller coasters and stuff, and then you can ride them.
Build your own theme parks, that's actually kind of cool.
So we find out these games are 50 cents a piece. I'm gonna start looking myself, you know. For 50 cents, I could afford a couple of games if I find something.
I actually thought this was a really fun game.
I actually played this on the original Xbox. It was just fun driving around. Same thing with GTA. I don't actually play for the missions and stuff. I just like to explore and go around and see what I can do. And this was a game that I just remember having a lot of fun with.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and get this.
I mean, for 50 cents, why not?
That's a really good game.
So I never played this game. I actually heard it was pretty good. I'm gonna make a lot of people angry when I say episode 3 is probably my favorite Star Wars movie.
Now, we are the toy chasers as well, and I'm seeing a toy here that lights my fancy.
Light bright, turn on the magic of colored lights.
Pop in the colored pegs and see Boofer, Ghostbusters, Potato Head Kids, dozens of your favorite characters, or create your own light pictures.
Me and my grandmother and my sister, I'd go spend the night at her place, and I remember like
Yeah.
a lot of times we'd
Yeah, and isn't it just like black paper that was behind
Yeah, there
there?
was black paper and it had little numbers on it, and the numbers.
Oh.
I mean, excuse me, not numbers. Letters. They had
Letters.
like B and
Okay.
yellow, Y and stuff. All the
Oh
different
no,
numbers,
no,
so.
you're grown up now. You make up your own.
No, I usually did. I would. I'd draw penises. No,
See?
not really.
What's wrong with these guys?
I was amazed by this thing as a kid and have a lot of awesome memories with it. It's gonna be really cheap because pretty much everything in this shop has been cheap.
$5.
$5.
All right.
$5 for this is a no-brainer. I'm definitely gonna get this light bright.
Yeah, 86. So
Penis
yeah.
is in the back. 10% off.
Penises in the back, 10% off.
Vinyl. I was never a vinyl guy growing up, but as I've gotten older, I don't really know how to put it. I love finding old records with like old nerd culture stuff on it. Star Wars records, Star Wars soundtracks, Pac-Man records, He-Man records. I like finding stuff like that. So basically we just walked out of here with a bunch of random stuff. VHS tapes, video games, light brights, Dr. Seuss books, a couple of vinyl. So now we're going to be going to Retro Madness. Retro Madness is a video game / toy store, and they usually have an amazing stock of stuff. Retro Madness. I don't know what that is.
What's the story on this?
I come across this game called Fireball. It's obviously a pirated cartridge. My fascination with pirated cartridges is like, they technically don't exist. They're not supposed to exist.
What's the story on this?
We got it in a lot, and we tested. We can't get it to work at all.
Yeah?
No idea. It's pretty sweet, pretty cool looking, but.
So what's it worth to you?
$5.
Put that in my maybe pile. Yeah.
This is kind of some third world country saying, you know what? That we want a piece of the pie too. We're going to make these bootleg cartridges.
I don't even know what these are.
So I'm seeing some random Famicom games here. I know a few of these didn't come out in the US, maybe all of them, who knows? I'm no expert. Pfft. I just chase the games down. I don't do history lessons on them. But one of these games is Devil World, and Devil World is actually one of the better games. Miyamoto even designed the game. He created this game, and it was never released in the US because it had biblical references in it. It's a good game, and actually I have the Scandinavian copy, but I don't have the Famicom copy, and hey, if they're selling it for super cheap, I might as well get all these.
That's cool just for the cover alone.
Yeah, it is. About 10 for the 3.
Ooh.
I like that.
That's secret stash? Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, that looks like
There's a bunch of cases and there's actually some good stuff in there. Here, grab that.
Maybe pile?
I have it.
Oh, I don't need it.
There is one system I'd love to have a complete collection of. That is Intellivision. And that's because Intellivision was one of the very first, if not the first, video game consoles I ever played.
Where we at? This is the Thunder Castle. Yes. Where you at on that?
One that's kind of uncommon is Thunder Castle, and I'm seeing it here in the box. I mean, I don't know what kind of game this is because I've never played it, never owned it, but it's an Intellivision game that I don't own, and so I'm intrigued by it.
You had these priced at one point. Yeah. Good 5 on it, man. Yeah. I knew I had to have it.
Yeah, some people would call it abduction, others would call it something else, like, maybe abduction or...
I know games are getting expensive. I feel like I'm paying your mom.
I have dreamt about you. So good then.
Yeah, $20.
20?
Yeah.
If you're interested in that, that's a good price.
Yeah, it is. Nah, dude, this game is fucking badass. Fucking love this game. Always have loved this game. Thank you, Suikoden, for making me blow my load. Just so I can say I have a hard copy. Your mom's got a hard copy.
She does. When I come to a place like this, it's kind of hard to decide what to walk out with, toys or games. I like both. I don't know if I need this game.
A Lupin?
I mean, it's $5, so why not, right?
If you don't get it, I will, because I never really see it.
Fuck you. I'm getting it. Decided.
Your mom's getting it.
Yeah, tonight when I get home, huh? Wait a minute. I mean...
That's my definitely pile. I have 3 different piles of shit, obviously.
Hey, you should switch his piles and confuse them.
Hey, you get it on camera, ready? What happened? Somebody messed up my stuff. I don't know what's what now.
We're all at a label-less Mario Kart. You need to ask questions, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, don't you?
Dude, I'll do 20 on that.
Label-less Mario Kart. Twanky.
Nah, I can't do that. It's like, you know, it's like
Zelda.
I can do without.
Zelda, I can do 25.
You gotta get that.
25.
Right now.
Yeah, that's. Link to the Past was the shit. I mean, it was a great game, fantastic soundtrack.
What's cool about the Dongo picking up Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past is the fact that I get to talk about it here, because otherwise, I mean, I already have the game, so we wouldn't be picking it up if it was just for me. So the Link to the Past is freaking the best game ever. I would put it on my top 3 list of best games of all time for me personally.
We see you, Norm. Yeah, gaming historian.
Punch Out.
Let me look. Let me check.
And Pokemon Stadium.
I can do 15 on Stadium.
Put it in the maybe. Put it in the maybe section.
The maybe.
There's the definite pile. So I'm definitely going to get that. But what it is I don't want to let these guys know that I'm definitely going to get a lot of shit.
Wait, you have a maybe pile? So those are the games you maybe put on your maybe pile?
No, look, this is the... Okay, look. Let me logically break it down for you. This is the all in general maybe, based on price and how much overall money. This is the definitely pile. And this is the maybe, based on what I kind of have and which ones I'm going to pick and choose if I need to.
No, but why do you need 2 separate piles for your maybe? That's what I'm saying.
Because one's a maybe. That's a maybe.
So
that's a maybe.
this is maybe. You maybe put this on your maybe pile. Is that what you're saying?
No, in other words, this is more than likely, it's a 50-50 chance. These are still up in the air. 25% chance based on price. See what I'm saying? 25, 50, 100% getting.
So you want to get the arc, so you want it to go like over around like that?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
It's what I like to call the stowaway card. Alright? Which means I'm jumping on y'all's f***ing ship. And with y'all's f***ing mass buys, I'm ultimately catching myself a better deal. That's the stowaway card. You know, you're stowing away on someone else's ship.
You're saving
It's well worth it.
$13 or something.
I've wanted all those games for a while anyways. Well worth it for me, so give me that camera back.
Probably a ton more stuff here that I could have picked up, but you know, you can't get everything you want. So I got my little stack here. It didn't come to a whole lot. Luckily, Retro Madness is one of the better priced stores in the area, so we walked out pretty happy.
Retro Madness is always a good...
You guys pretty much paid for my shit. So, I mean, thank you, Game Chasers.
Retro Madness, everyone. Feel the madness. That was the worst Randy Savage impersonation of all time.
Video games.
After Billy and Jay left my basement when they came to Kansas City in January, the basement had a funk to it, and we remodeled shortly after, as you remember. We got new carpet, we got new tile in the bathroom, we totally redid everything in that basement.
And it's because they farted.
I mean, it was more than that, but like it was a good reason to like expedite the the renovation.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. As long as you love me so, grab my chode, grab my chode.